The first question, okay, they have given certain things related to Article 21 and they are asking you how many of these rights are given by the given through Supreme Court rulings. You tell me, is there like what is right to, this right to life, Article 21, what is it about? It is about anything that permits you a dignified life. Okay, simple thing. You need not worry about whether this is there or this is there. Whatever things give you complete liberty and gives you a dignified life, that can be like related to Article 21. Okay, there is a possibility. We don't know whether Supreme Court has given this verdict or not, but as I always tell, prelims is an exam where you have to do intelligent risk and intelligent guess. You know, is there anything that you can, which you have a reason to eliminate by saying that this is not related to Article 21? You tell me, right to privacy, right against handcuffing. Right against handcuffing means what? It is affecting the dignity of that person. Okay, you punish him, you send him to jail, but not publicly display him with handcuff. Okay, so it's against his right to life and dignified life. So this is known as awareness generation. Like I always say, bookish knowledge is not what is important. If bookish knowledge was important, I'll tell you that this is given in this line of textbook, this is given in that particular source, this is asked from newspaper. I would have told like that. Actually, the prelims is not about that. This is the fundamental mistake why people are fearing prelims. Just think very relaxed manner. Think like that. Okay, is there anything that you can eliminate by saying that it is not part of right to life, personal liberty or dignity of that particular person? How many of you have eliminated something? Be genuine and honest. Which one you have eliminated? Fourth one. Okay, right against adverse effect of climate change. You know, the problem is right to clean environment. Right, without having a right to clean environment, you cannot live. Okay, so it's also Article 21 is also talking about right to life. Okay, if you are not having a proper clean environment, clean air, you cannot do that. So just by knowing that Article 21 means it's something related to right to life and all, don't do overthinking. This you have done overthinking. Actually, do you know right to reputation is part of this thing? No, you are not having that idea. I know that. Okay, nobody will be knowing everything, whether this Supreme Court has given this or not, this or not. I mean, that kind of knowledge is not possible to acquire for like studying everything under the sun. So only one common thing you have to keep in mind, that whether this is logical to admit. Okay, like there are high chances that this particular thing can be related to this particular like right to life, and there are chances that crores of cases are being filed in courts. Okay, and at least in one case Supreme Court might have made a comment related to climate change and all. You know, in Delhi, Environmental Pollution Control Authority was created based on Supreme Court guidelines. Okay, so don't think whether this is part of that. If logically there are chances, okay, at least from now start attending question like this. If there are slight chances of this thing becoming part of this, approve it. Otherwise you should tell me a reason. No, I know that this is not part of this. If you don't have the reason, you don't have the reason to eliminate also. Okay, so all are there. Then yeah, again, Encor software. How many of you have heard about Encor software? How many of you knew all the details related to it? I was not knowing, but I got this correct. You know how? You tell me one reason. You tell me one slightest clue that you can apply to clear this particular thing. Read it. Okay. How many of you attempted it? What was the option which was taken by majority? Shinu, what was your option? C. Okay, fine. Then, is there anybody who have taken any other option other than C? B. What is specialty with B? Encor is designed to offer a seamless facility for candidates to file nominations and affidavits online. B. Fine. Okay. Shinu's option was it's useful for okay, polling related things, okay, for returning officers to okay, verify this thing, digitize the votes and all. Actually, all these, what is common with all these options? It is something related to online processing of election. Okay, you're filing nominations online, it is telling like that. Okay, you are say, okay, even public can see the nominations through online, then returning officers digitizing the votes. And in the first option they have made that Election Commission of India has recently introduced software called Encor, enabling communications on, and this is one more hint I have to give, that whenever in such multi option question, if they are giving a full form, normally they won't give you a mistaken full form, they'll be giving you the right full form only. Okay, so don't get confused in such areas. Otherwise, in 3 options you should have given 3 different full forms. If only one full form is there in one option, that full form will be correct. And they are telling you, okay, real time environment, that means real time transaction based on online, it is getting processed. So like you have attempted like B, right? So what was the reason? Why did you choose B? File nomination. അപ്പോൾ എന്താണ് ഇൻകറക്റ്റ് എന്ന് തോന്നാൻ കാര്യം എന്താണ്? അതെന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് അതൊരു സ്റ്റാൻഡ് ഔട്ട് ആയിട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്നതായിട്ട് തോന്നിയത്? പറഞ്ഞോ, ഇതൊരു ഇതാണല്ലോ, ലൈക്ക് വി ആർ ഗെറ്റിംഗ് ക്ലാരിറ്റി ഓവർ ദ ലോജിക്സ്. Mandesh, what was your reason? Definitely, this is known as awareness. You know, ഈ പറയുന്ന ഓപ്ഷൻസിൽ 4 ഓപ്ഷൻസിൽ all are something related to online doing something. ഇതിൽ ഏതെങ്കിലും, is there any one thing which you normally see during election time which is done in a celebratory fashion? Filing of nominations. They are physically going and filing nominations. Okay, for a person who had seen this thing in television, who had read about this thing in newspaper, should come that particular thing in mind. Like remaining other thing, we are not familiar. നമ്മൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ സൈറ്റിലൊന്നും കയറി നോക്കിയിട്ടില്ല, ഇതിൻ്റെ അകത്ത് അഫിഡവിറ്റ് കാൻഡിഡേറ്റ്സിന് വായിക്കാൻ പറ്റുമോ ഇല്ലെന്ന്. ബട്ട് all these are not illogical. Everything is logical only. Illogical statements ഒന്നും ഇതിൽ പറയുന്നില്ല. Like all are logical, but the slightest clue, നമുക്ക് അറിയാവുന്ന ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു ക്ലൂ ഇതിൻ്റെ അകത്തുള്ളത്, we have seen that candidates filing nominations physically. ലൈക്ക് നമ്മൾ കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല, ഇപ്പോൾ രാഹുൽ ഗാന്ധി ഫയൽ ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നു, അപ്പോൾ ഒരുപാട് പേര് കൂടെ വരുന്നു അല്ലേ, ആ കളക്ടറുടെ അടുത്താണ് അത് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, വി ആർ സീയിങ് ദാറ്റ്. So use that clue, and what he said is known as awareness. Normally in many times the nominations of the candidates are getting rejected because of a simple spelling mistake. Okay, so if they are online, filing it online and going, there won't be that real time verification of that particular thing. When particular candidate is coming before the like district collector to submit this particular thing, that the verification will be done there itself. Okay, and there will be even other parties representatives will be there if there is any mistake in this particular candidate's nomination. If there is any mistake, the opposite candidate will tell that okay, this has to be rejected, there is a mistake in this, like that. So the common awareness is the thing that is expected. UPSC also, this question has a real potential to be asked in UPSC. Why? Because it is checking your common awareness, not bookish knowledge. Have you seen this thing in Lakshmikant? No, it's a current affairs after all. Otherwise also there are high chances that you will be missing this current affairs in any magazine. Okay, so only thing is that if you have seen something related to it, use that clue and trust that logic. Okay, that's why. എന്താണ് ഷിനുവിൻ്റെ റീസൺ എന്തായിരുന്നു സി എടുക്കാൻ? കൗണ്ടിങ് ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്, കൗണ്ടിങ് വോട്ട്സ് എന്നല്ലല്ലോ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഓക്കെ, ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് യൂസ്ഫുൾ ആസ് എ കൗണ്ടിങ് ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ as it helps returning officer to, okay, counting, okay, related to votes, okay, fine, to digitize the votes polled. And അതായത് എത്ര വോട്ട്സ്, അതായത് ഇതെന്താ ചെയ്യുന്നത് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എലക്ഷൻ റിലേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഡിസ്പ്യൂട്ട്സ് കുറയ്ക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. Number of votes polled, now we are physically counting it, or using EVM you are counting it, and from EVM you will be getting the digital data, how many votes polled, okay, like that. So this application can be connected to it and can be used. അത് ലോജിക്കൽ ആണ്, പക്ഷേ നമ്മളോട് ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന ഇതിൻ്റെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ എന്താണ്? ഇൻകറക്റ്റ് ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ ഇത് ഇൻകറക്റ്റ് ആണെന്ന് പറയാൻ, സിൻസ് എവറിത്തിങ് ഈസ് റിലേറ്റഡ് ടു സംതിങ് ഓൺലൈൻ പ്രോസസ്സിങ്, so because of that we know that EVM is an electronic device. Okay, so there are high reasons that it is possible. Okay, അത് EVM എന്ന് കിട്ടുന്ന ഡിജിറ്റൽ ഡാറ്റ ഇതുവഴി എടുത്തൂടെ, മനസ്സിലായി? അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ ചിന്തിക്കുക. ഓക്കെ, then Consider the following with reference to Women's Reservation Bill. Yeah, Women Reservation Bill. How many of you have learned the clauses related to Women Reservation Bill? എത്ര പേർക്ക് അറിയായിരുന്നു അതിൻ്റെ എത്ര പെർസെൻറ്റേജ് റിസർവേഷൻ ആയിരുന്നുള്ള അറിയില്ലേ? 33%. നൗ ഇതിൽ ഈ രാജ്യസഭ, how many of you have noticed that Rajya Sabha is not there in this particular reservation? Okay, you have noticed that thing. Sri Lakshmi അത് നോട്ടീസ് ചെയ്ത് അത് അതിൻ്റെ ക്ലോസ് പഠിച്ചതുകൊണ്ടാണോ അല്ലേ? ഫൈൻ. You should be knowing about the recent amendments of the existing acts or the new bills introduced, and if this is an election year, everything about election. ഇതാണ് ഒരു വർഷത്തെ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഏരിയാസ് ഇതാണ്. If there is something controversial in news, for example, when there was that farm bill related controversy, there was a question related to minimum support price. Okay, since this is an election year, there will be definitely question, at least one or two different dimensions related to election or representation of people's act, etc. And since Women Reservation Bill was historic, okay, since independence it was been on the discussion and now only it got passed, so the questions related to this is bound to be asked. And whenever we read this thing, understand that Lok Sabha is the house of people and state legislative assembly is the body where direct election happen. In Rajya Sabha or legislative councils, indirect election happens. Okay, so it is important to get women representatives in the directly elected process. So think in that way. Okay, this is the importance of doing mock test so that you can identify. Okay, otherwise no, even if you are not knowing the clauses related to this particular bill, you should have that common awareness that till now the maximum debates or demands related to women reservation was related to directly elected bodies. For example, our panchayat that happened in 1991 related to that 73rd and 74th amendment bill. Remaining the controversy or demands was related to Lok Sabha and state legislative assembly election. Okay, not for the indirectly elected houses like Rajya Sabha. Okay, so that is not there. Then at the time of bill's passage, less than 10% presence of women was there. You know, this is why I am telling that UPSC is not directly asking, may not be directly asking you bookish question. As an Indian, as a person who is going to empower the tribal people, the marginalized people, women, as a person who is going to take care of the atrocities related to children, domestic violence act, you should know what is the ground reality. You should understand that at present, in the present Lok Sabha, there is around 14% reservation of women. This is known as common awareness. Actually, this is for what I have started that particular group related to economy. I am planning to start for polity as well soon, and we will be studying the application related question. You have already studied things in basic books. Now from the mock test, start learning about India. Okay, have common awareness about India. What is the ground reality? Then you should know, definitely you should know how much women are there in the workforce. What is the rate before 1990s, how much women participated in the workforce. Now what is the thing? Is that is more than global average or less than global average? This is what is expected in the current examination pattern. Okay, so this is also not there, not less than 10%, more than that. Now through the passage of this bill, India became the first Asian country to have this legislation. How many of you have identified that statement as correct? Genuinely raise your hands. Only you. Okay, what was the reason why you, majority of you, did not agree this particular statement? Have you attended this question? No. അല്ല അതല്ല, എന്താ ഒരു റീസൺ, അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ന്യൂസ് കേട്ടിട്ടില്ല എന്നുള്ളതാണോ? അതായിരുന്നു റീസൺ, ലൈക്ക് തൻ്റെ ലോജിക്ക് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, വേറെ ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ഒരു റീസൺ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു? തൻ്റെ റീസൺ എന്തായിരുന്നു? തന്നോട് തന്നെ. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഈ തേർഡ് സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെൻറ്റ് തെറ്റാന്ന് എടുത്തത് എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ്? അറിയായിരുന്നോ? ഓക്കെ, ഫൈൻ. മേഘ്നയുടെ ഇതെന്തായിരുന്നു? വാട്ട് വാസ് യുവർ റീസൺ? അങ്ങനെ കൺട്രീസ് ഉണ്ട്. ഞാൻ മുമ്പും പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്, തോന്നൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു ആൻസർ സോൾവ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഒരിക്കലും ഉപയോഗിക്കരുത്. ഓക്കെ, ദാറ്റ്സ് എ ഫോൾസ് ഇൻറ്റ്യൂഷൻ. ഓക്കെ, intuition will work only if you have that common awareness. അങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടെന്ന് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു, ഐ തിങ്ക് ഐ ഹാവ് റെഡ് ഇറ്റ് സംവെയർ. നോ, അങ്ങനെ ആ ക്വസ്റ്റൻ അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്യാതിരിക്കുന്നതാണ് നല്ലത്. മനസ്സിലായോ? ഇതിൻ്റെ ലോജിക്ക് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞുതരാം, സിമ്പിളാണ്. അതായത് if this question was related to something related to space, they are telling that India became the 4th country in the world to do this. We know that ISRO is a space giant and it has a lot of achievements related to space, and something related to maybe digital governance, it is telling that India became the first Asian country to do this like that. Okay, adallade you should understand that in all human rights related thing, India is poorest. Okay, whether it is related to corruption, when it is related to atrocities against women, whether it is related to happiness index, whether it is related to press freedom, India is poorer than almost maximum countries, even less than that of Pakistan. So this is known as awareness about country. This thing you should know. If this is related to a science and technology question, since India is having huge startup related, third largest startup culture, or like ISRO is like doing many, like first landing on the south pole of the moon. In that case, we should have guessed that. Okay, India became maybe a first Asian country like that. Okay, because USA is not an Asian country to compete in this area. Okay, so otherwise, in the human rights related thing, even Nepal had many years before this particular thing, 33% reservation. Okay, so this is known as awareness. So generate this kind of awareness from the mock test. When you are reading the solutions of mock test, you should identify like whether I was knowing this awareness about India. Okay, this will help you in solving prelims questions. So that is not true. Then, okay, with regard to political parties, election symbols and all, they are asking you, okay, first statement is direct normal function of election commission, right? Is there any problem in that? No. Second thing, if a recognized political party splits an election petition in High Court, okay, if there is a like for example Kerala Congress, there are many wings of Kerala Congress M, Kerala Congress A, B, like that. And when that party splits, avarude chinnam രണ്ടില ആണ്. Okay, 2 leaves, and there will be the new party will be telling that we need that symbol. The old party will be saying that that is our symbol, like that. So normally, how many of you have taken this decision that okay, this election petition has to reach High Court and Supreme Court? How many of you have taken that particular statement as true? How many of you attended this question? Fine. Okay. എന്തായിരുന്നു തൻ്റെ റീസൺ? അത് തെറ്റാന്നെടുക്കാൻ വിചാരിക്കാനുള്ള കാരണം തോന്നൽ ഒരിക്കൽ ഇതിപ്പോൾ തനിക്ക് ആക്സിഡൻ്റലി ശരിയായതാണ്. മനസ്സിലായോ? തോന്നൽ കൊണ്ട് ശരിയായതൊക്കെ ലക്കാണ്. ഒരിക്കലും തോന്നൽ കൊണ്ട് ശരിയാക്കിയിട്ട് ആ മാർക്ക് കിട്ടിയെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കരുത്. ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത് ആ റീസൺ മനസ്സിലാക്കുക. അതിൻ്റെ അവയർനെസ് ഇതെന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, courts are the final asylum. For example, if you have related some investment related issues, in that case, first you will complain with SEBI. If you are not satisfied with the SEBI's decision, there is an appellate tribunal for SEBI. If from that also you are not getting thing, you will be going to courts. If you are having some, you are buying a product, you are buying in that package, it is written that okay, 100 gram of chili powder. Okay. But when you have checked its measurement weight, you have found that it's just 900 gram. There is a consumer dispute resolution authority. Okay, you will be going to that particular first. Then after that only, if you are not getting them, there will be an appellate authority for that. Even then you are not satisfied, then you will be going to court. This is awareness. This is knowledge about how the system works. Okay, so in this case, there is a particular dedicated election symbols order, one particular rule is there. As per that, it is the election commission is the first authority. If you have something related to, because election commission is the authority which is giving you the symbols for the recognized political parties. If you have something related to this, go to election commission first. Then court is the final asylum. That is always there. Whatever thing you are facing, the final asylum will be given by court. So this is known as how system works. For a bureaucrat, this particular awareness of how the system works is required. So whenever you are doing mock test, think in this line, okay, like that. Then if a recognized political party splits, an election petition in High Court or Supreme Court decides on like symbol allocation. No, adinte prasham ennu vechale, if an election related disputes related to symbol is happening, that will be decided by election commission. if you are not satisfied on that decision, you can go to court. Decided by election commission only. If you are not, if you are satisfied with this thing, that is over there. Okay, this is how. Yeah, exclusive symbols are allocated to all parties related to. How many of you have clearly understood that this statement is wrong? Because of that all, okay, there will be exceptions, okay, and we know that it is for recognized parties. Otherwise, no, Congress is having that Kaipati Chinnam. Tomorrow a new party will claim that we need that particular symbol, right, like that. Only recognized political parties will be given exclusive symbol, no others can use. So this is the logic that I want to tell you. There should be a red alert on all generalization. I am not telling that all generalizations are false, but there are high chances that generalizations are false. All are correct, all this thing like that, okay. So you should think whether there are chances that there is some exception related to that, okay. So that is one thing. Then